It's Bourbon night. Hello.
Hello.
Good Sunday evening.
I don't know how I feel about that intro song, Chad. It really makes me sleepy. It does not hype me up.
It's bossa nova.
It's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
But I like it. It's nice.
It's nice, right?
I'm tired.
Yeah.
now. I think I'm just tired in general. How are y'all doing? What are you doing?
What
are you doing over there?
Just checking on the audio. Thought it might have been a little hot. My work never ends.
Oh, jeez.
So we're going to do 4 bottles here tonight.
Yes,
We're going to start out with the O.K.I.
Okay.
And then we're going to go into the... that never gets old. And then the 4, 6, 8 year. Now the unveiling of the 8-year Wilderness Trail bourbon.
Ooh,
yeah.
which we just got yesterday.
We did. Or Friday.
Because it's Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to Sunday. Mm-hmm. Everyone welcomes Sarah to Sunday.
I'm here. I'm very sleepy.
We do want to tell you, top of the show, at the 9 o'clock hour, to go over and head over to Whiskey Mountain's YouTube channel. She is doing an Alzheimer's benefit. There's like over 60 prizes for every $5 that you donate. Gets you entered into a drawing to win those multiple prizes.
Her annual...
yeah, if it's not too late, of course you know us. We're Mr. and Mrs. Last Minute.
Oh, definitely.
But we would toss something in too. I know she's very busy right now, getting ready. But we'll leave it at that. Put that out there if anyone's got, a
direct line.
What do you call it? A bird?
Direct line.
Like my little birds on Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Yeah, like. Anyway, so yeah. So how's everyone doing? What's everyone got in your glass so far? I saw in the pre-chat some 6-year Wilderness Trail. The 8-year. Well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah,
later.
we'll talk about that. You said that's not what we're starting with.
We're gonna talk about this O.K.I. Reserve.
We have lots of other stuff to talk about as well. That's in the description of this video.
We do. You want to talk about it right now?
We do.
Top of show.
I can't remember what they all even are. Let's see. Well, I guess the first thing I can think of is that we'll be going to Scotland in May of 2023. And I'm sure if you guys have been here on recent lives, you've probably heard this. Mm-hmm. We are still awaiting final trip pricing and all the details to get nailed down on that. But if you want to get updates on that trip for when tickets become available, it'll be open to Patreon first. But you can sign up for emails. The link is in the description. Also, as we have been doing, we are giving away tickets to Bourbon on the Banks to the states that they're trying to collect, all 50 states. So this week is New Hampshire residents. You can enter via the form that's linked in the description. If you live in New Hampshire and you want to go to Bourbon on the Banks in Kentucky on October 1st, throw your name in the hat, and we'll draw on Wednesday at noon. And so you have a few days to catch up on it if you're not watching this live. Yeah. You can still enter. And that's all for now. I'll leave the others.
That's right. Do have our first super chat of the evening, and it comes from Nick. He says, "Thanks for the tickets to Bourbon on the Banks. Can't wait. Excited. All right, it's one of our winners from previous, right?
Tickets to WOTB.
That's not Bourbon on the Banks at all.
Maybe it's Whiskey on the Banks. That's what he means.
Oh yeah,
Bourbon on the Banks.
I just said
absolutely.
I just read that WOBT and said Bourbon on the Banks. Yeah.
It took me a second to decode, but yes, you're right, and you're welcome. I'm so glad that you won.
Yeah, I'll give you an O.K.I. cheers.
Oh, this is water.
That is water. It's okay. I cheers for you.
Thanks.
So a little history as we let this open up in the glass. O.K.I. was started by New Riff. I think in like 2014 is when they came about. And their idea was, we'll be very upfront about sourcing.
I did like their model.
Yeah. While our stuff ages. So while New Riff was aging, they had O.K.I. And it got up to like 12
years, I think.
I know we have a 10. We have a 10 right here. 10? So this is what it used to look like. Yeah. So distilled in Indiana, it's MGP, bottled in Kentucky, loved in Ohio. So that's how I do the O.K.I.
It's funny.
Then it went away once New Riff came out with their own stuff.
Came of age.
We don't need to do O.K.I. anymore.
Right.
But it had that kind of cult following because it was older aged MGP stuff, right? So a couple years ago, a group in Cincinnati got together and said, we're bringing it back. And they came back with O.K.I. And I think that was just
So I guess they bought the rights to it?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was some single barrels to start out with. But now this is their very first, what they call reserve, and it is batch 1. That probably means there'll be other batches in the future. Cool thing about it is, they recognize what was so great about O.K.I, the transparency. No, I think that's from where I poured you. So they keep the transparency right here on the very front of the label. The years, the percentage of the blend.
You like that.
And all that jazz.
And then on the back they have the breakdown.
Yeah, so there's just a little quick little blurb. O.K.I Reserve is an exceptional blended bourbon whiskey with 99% of its components aged over 8 years. Blended in double barrels. This is also a double barrel product. The special release blends 5 of the most famous mash bills from Lawrenceburg, Indiana. That's MGP, or actually Ross and Squibb now, technically. Into one of a kind.
That's going to take time to get used to.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's just going to keep saying MGP. Medley, we're incredibly proud to share with you. So
cool.
I won't break it all down.
Please don't.
But it's got the 21% rye, the 36% rye, the 95.5 rye whiskey, 15% rye corn whiskey, light whiskey. Corn whiskey, light whiskey. A lot of whiskey in there. And even look at that 0.2%.
They can't see what you're pointing at. They have the don't. They have the percentages broken out and it gets very granular is all he's trying to say. This is 100 proof. I love that.
Yeah.
And
as was the old one, I believe. Right?
Oh,
nope. 97.7.
Close.
I stand corrected.
Fairly close. We do have a super chat from Michelle Martin, who says, "Cheers, Chad and Sarah. We're doing Smoke Wagon Flight, batch 60, batch 90, and red, white, and blue. Very awesome. We're going to be out near them in a few months.
It will, and that deserves a triangle.
It does deserve a triangle.
Triangle cheers from Michelle. There we go.
And David.
He's
out there somewhere.
So this was $79.99. It is MSRP $80, so we paid what we should.
But for something that's over, what did we say? 90%? 99%?
99%, 8 year and above.
8 year and up?
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
70.
We'll see.
Something? I mean, well, because, just look at what we're talking about today. This is an 8 year, not a blend. Mm-hmm. Also 100 proof. Mm-hmm. It's, this one's bottled in bond, but.
Yeah.
Is this? No.
No.
Okay. But so there's that. But this one we paid $92 for this bottle.
Right.
So it's about $15-ish more. I don't know, quick math. Yeah. So there's that. But they distilled,
Right. This is source. But it looks like by the percentages very meticulously blended, So this is like Wilderness Trail is 18 barrels blended in. This is, I don't know how many, but.
Right. But I mean, obviously, if you give me the opportunity, I want it at barrel strength just so I can decide if I want to add water or not. But I feel like 100 proof is a fine place to start.
It's a fine place. 'Tis a fine place.
But then some people will be like, well, what if you pay $70-something for this bottle? Why not just buy an Elijah Craig barrel proof? I'm like, then you should.
I know. That's always the argument,
I
right?
won't fight you on that. That's a point that you could make.
The old ECBP defense.
It really is. It's a classic.
It's an oldie, but
it's
a goodie.
Textbook.
It's got a good nose.
There's something a little unusual about it. It's not so sweet. There is some sweetness to it, but
I mean, there's a fruitiness there, but different from its more
it's kind of muted,
typical fruitiness. So we do have a comment pinned here that'll be at the very top of your chat because I just saw Scott posted again. That is pinned up there, but make sure again if you're just joining us to head over to Whiskey Mountain's Alzheimer's charity fundraiser stream. It's 60 plus prizes, and the link is right there. You can also go to whiskeymountains.com to donate there and see the list of all the prizes and bottles. And again,
last year there were good prizes.
We're trying to last minute donate here, so if anyone can help us with that, because we're not.
But that being said, let's recognize that we will not be doing any overtime tonight. We will probably try to cut it
So you guys can,
a couple minutes
right
short.
on time, so you guys can
refill
get over
your waters and get your drinks and take a bathroom break, whatever it is you need to do. Mm-hmm. Oof. This is the first thing I've had today, and it just like, this is really weird, but it's like tingling in my
I get that tingle too.
My lower leg, like my calf and my feet. It's funny.
Okay. Scott said he can help.
It's very tingly. That's just the alcohol hitting my bloodstream.
Hold on 1 second for a sidebar.
Okay.
And we're back. Scott, if you could please tell her we would like to put up $100 Whiskey Ambitions gift card. So $100 to spend however you like at whiskyambitions.com.
Sure.
Where you can get these glasses and this hat.
And you can save it until later in the year and get your Christmas
shopping.
We'll have new stuff. We're working on new stuff right now.
How about that?
It's very exciting.
These water glasses.
It's not a sales pitch.
Bottle cut candles and more.
Oh, no.
Okay. Second sip here.
This is like my 10th? I don't know.
10th sip.
Maybe
and you
not
were like,
that.
ooh, it's ooh. But you're already on sip 10.
Mm-hmm.
So, initial thoughts, it's solid. Mm-hmm. It's not knocking me over. Was I expecting it to?
It's very solid.
A little, just because of the pedigree, right? The history, the heritage. But, this isn't a 12-year O.K.I. of yesteryear either. It's an 8-year. For what it is, priced at $80, I feel like it's priced right. In today's market. Would I want it to be $60? Absolutely.
Well, but we got to take into account also that all of these,
great.
A lot of these things are...
Yeah, you're looking at 5 separate mash bills, all sourced, all, married together.
The work, that goes into that.
It's a lot of overhead right there.
I'm not saying I like it. I'm saying I can see from the business standpoint, I understand
where it's coming from. I mean, this could easily have been $99.99.
Right.
Let's all be honest.
I mean, yeah, I think that's something to point out is that there are other products similar, kind of similar to this, that would be more expensive. So I guess I have to appreciate that they're attempting to stay in the under 100, but let alone under $80 price range. I think that's that's respectable for products that are majority 8-year and up. Mm-hmm. I think. So. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it's a little off topic, but Wendell, I was at a Bourbon night last night, and Wendell was there, and I was talking about what does smooth mean? What is smooth? Of course.
Did you give him an audience? I'm sure he just taught
smooth.
His Chad's class the whole time.
No, I feel like I mean, there towards the end, once I got more, yes.
Yeah. Welcome to Chad's class.
I tried.
He puts on a blazer. It's got the patches on the elbows.
Yeah, Professor Chad.
I think because this is a blend of so many different things, I'm having a really hard time picking out any specific notes.
Right.
Like, it's not screaming any identity at me, but I like the way that it's blended. It's been, I don't know, like they've picked a really good selection. I think they all go together and mesh together really well. It's giving me it's like a comforting oaky note, but it's not super oaky. Again, it's a little muted. And then there's it's almost a warm walnut note, but again, not super nutty.
Okay.
Pretty tame, and it blends in with the woodiness. And,
yeah.
There's caramel, but it's muted. It's not overly sweet. It blends in with all the other things. So I like it, but I'm having a hard time being I love it because I love this flavor.
Right.
Or I love this thing that's happening. Mm-hmm. What does Little Chad think? They want to know.
What does Little Chad think?
Little Chad thinks...
He just wants to be
there. He wants to get in... We'll put him in the neck of the bottle.
He wants to swim in it.
He wants to get...
He really does. Yeah. Like that death scene in Beer Fest.
Oh, I don't know.
That's how he goes.
He's king of the mountain.
King of the O.K.I. You know what? I feel like, you're right. Talking about... So they chose their 5 most popular mash bills. Popular because they're probably presented as that mash bill only, Not, some, single barrels, but also just small batches of that one mash bill. So the fact, I get where they're coming from with the 5 most popular ones, But this could have had a big identity crisis.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? What's it trying to be? What's it supposed to be? This is 5 things Frankenstein, and I'm not understanding it. It doesn't do that. But I am sort of, as you said, having a hard time picking out, like, this is what I love about it.
The more I sip it, on the finish, it gets a little spicy, and kind of has like a cinnamon, almost like a big red gum note on the finish, which normally I don't know that I'm into, but I kind of like it, and I think I like it because the rest of the experience is not that. It's, it's just very chill. I love it, or I like it, but I don't love it. I'm not gonna, like, say it should go into the best of the year. I think that they've done a really good job with it. I think it's solid. If you saw it out, I think you should get a pour. If you buy a bottle, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. Again, I feel like the only people who are going to be disappointed are people who think that because you can get an Elijah Craig barrel proof for around the same price, if not less, that's the standard to which all other things should be held. But this company is not as big as Heaven Hill. They're not doing what Heaven Hill's doing, right? They're different.
The only answer to the ECBP argument is, well, you can't drink ECBP only for the rest of your life. I mean, you can if you want, but that would end up becoming boring, right?
Yeah.
I think it would. No, it does keep a nice little spice level all across the tongue, and it is starting to trickle down in here. It never really landed with a Kentucky Hug to spread out, but it is 100 proof, although we have had 100 proofers that do that. It is enjoyable. I would like to sit with, just a glass of this, and I would be happy. If
we were going to revisit our bourbons of rice to drink during fall, I think I would put this on the list. Because the longer it does sit with you, that, like, little spiced note does kind of kick in, and it reminds me of, like, early fall, like apple season, not pumpkin season.
Just when there's a little bit of a chill in the air, this is just enough
apple cider donut type
warmth to get you there, but not winter approved, because you're gonna need more to get that bourbon coat going, right?
Some dumb guy wants to know how I can wear this hoodie this time of year. Well, it's cold in the room that we're in. But it's a good question. I thought about that when I was putting it on. It went from being like 95 degrees this week to it rained all day yesterday, and there was a chill in the air. It got chilly, yeah.
There's a chill in the air.
So, I was cold. I'm also, like, I'm always cold. So.
Yeah. A lot of people, and we got this on our short and sweet of the Calumet 14 year, is saying to compare it to the 16 year, and we would happily do that if we could just find a bottle of 16 year. And then Bourbon is seeing what I said as a challenge. So only drink Elijah Craig barrel proof for a month. If anyone can do it, you can do it, Ben.
Hey, you do you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stand in your way of your dreams.
Yeah.
I think you should do what you need to do.
Absolutely.
All right.
So yeah, I would recommend it for MSRP. Guess what, I saw this on the secondary. Well, not the secondary, but like...
I'm like, I got this at Total Wine. It was just sitting on the shelf.
Websites that sell allocated
$150.
$499.99.
$499.99. $500.
Already. $500 on some
It wasn't even like a limit one, I don't think. It was just sitting on the shelf.
Well, that's what I said, that O.K.I. nostalgia, right?
Can you believe? I mean, I believe that people would do that.
I wouldn't pay $95 for this.
I would be happy paying
$80.
Only what this costs and not a penny more.
It would be tough if it was at $90 for me to even spend that. After now knowing what it
should we try it against the old O.K.I. and just talk about it? Is it even fair since it's not?
That's not open right now, Sarah.
Oh, just kidding. So, it's a save bottle.
It's just not open. We have enough bottles open. Okay? We don't need to be opening things just on a whim.
Oh, jeez. He's upset now. I've gone and done it.
I mean, plus, have you seen that text? It's pristine.
Know. Oh, my gosh. It doesn't mean that we'll never open it. It's just the last bottle that we got when they were still releasing O.K.I. for real. And so we'll open it eventually. But
actually, that was a Swan.
For now,
that was a Swan bottle.
I believe that. For now, Chad's very sensitive about it, apparently.
I don't want to talk about it, okay?
He does not want to talk about it.
Yeah. Now we're going to move on to the Wilderness Trail portion of the show. Now that we're moving on, we can also do the Liquid IV. What we got going on with them, we have a coupon code.
And this is no pressure at all. This is just like two people who go to events a lot, and obviously we drink a lot of whiskey in days when we're doing that.
Yeah.
We try to stay extra hydrated, and that's a product that we found that
I drank one today because, as I said, I went to that Bourbon night yesterday.
Yeah, I also drank one this morning. I did not go to a Bourbon night, but I did go out with my friends last night.
Actually, I drank one last night, and then I drank one this morning.
I'm very sleepy today. I may have overdone it a tiny bit. It's somewhere between the first Jell-O shot and the second one.
Jell-O
I know,
shot.
I didn't tell you that part because I knew you'd be
didn't.
disappointed in me.
I am disappointed in you.
Yeah, and my friends like to buy a bucket of beer, and it comes with Jell-O shots, and... Normally, I say no to those things, but I had just enough to be like, ooh, fun.
Yeah.
It was Sarah with an H time. Anyway, so she won't be out tonight because she's sleeping.
Right.
But anyways, we like Liquid IV. And
we do.
If you're into it, great. I highly recommend them if you are going to be having a night of drinking or coming home from a night of drinking.
Yeah. Well, let's tell them what the deal is. So
sure.
It's 25% off plus free shipping if you use coupon code itsbourbonnight. So that's ITS, no apostrophe, just one word. It's Bourbonnight at Liquid IV. I think it's liquid-iv.com.
I put the link. Mm-hmm.
Okay, link is in our description.
Or you can just use the code at the website.
25% off
and free
plus free shipping. I noticed, because we've only had this for a couple weeks now, but I noticed like when they had their July 4th where it went up to 30%, our link reflected that, and it also went up to 30%.
I mean, if you, coming from a marketing background where I sold products and we went with the cadence of the holiday sales, you can probably, I mean, we'll have the link, around for a while.
Yeah.
So if you're smart and you need to restock, you would probably, if I were you, I would recommend planning that around holidays because that's probably when the discount will be higher. I don't actually know that, but
if you just need it, go ahead and use that, and you're still getting 25% off plus free shipping.
Anyways.
And you have access to all their flavors, because someone said that they get theirs at Costco, and we've done that before too.
Someone was asking,
but they only have limited flavors at Costco.
They don't have the flavor that I like. I really like the watermelon.
The
Passion fruit's good too, and I like lemon lime.
Lemon lime.
Lemon lime reminds me of like Gatorade,
and that's why I guess not that I don't like it, but I prefer the other ones.
Anywho, that's enough about that. If you don't want it, that's fine. I'm going to use the code to buy it for myself, so that's fine. But we got it, so we thought we'd share it.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm hot.
Say
that first pour kicked in.
You got your bourbon coat on. I'm gonna so we have on the back here. I marked. I don't know if you can even see that in the light, but 4. Oh, I see. 4, 6, and 8. So we'll keep these because we'll be doing back and forth. We want to know is the 4-year, is the new 8-year twice as good as the 4-year?
That's what Chad said. Can you measure that? I don't know.
Now, a little caveat here. We thought we had the rye bourbon in the 6-year, and I think we must have finished it. We don't have it. So our 6-year is actually the wheated mash bill. Oh. The other two are the rye bourbon.
So it's not a fair
one-to-one comparison. It won't be a one-to-one comparison.
Apples and oranges, if you will.
We freaking love that wheated 6-year.
I do love that wheated 6-year.
So I think it's kind of it's not a fair, but it's a good matchup to have. It's the one we deserve, not the one we need.
Sure.
So let's start with the good old 4-year. I haven't had it in a minute.
Okay, but it's 4 years, right?
Well, it's bottled and bond, so it's at least 4. On the website, they say it could be 5 or 6. It can't be a combo because it can only be one distilling season.
Right.
Unless they changed age. No, that wouldn't even work. It's either going to be 5 or 6 is what they put into here, is what they say. So let's just say a minimum of 5 years.
Okay. So it's a minimum of 5 years.
Yeah, because it's bottled and bond. It's got to be one distilling season.
Do you want to just go ahead and pour them all?
Yeah, might as well.
Can we put them in front of them so they know what we're drinking?
Well, it's going to be 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
But, I mean, we can do that too.
Visual aid.
Visual aid,
Who doesn't like a visual aid?
But you've got yours over there too. We're not sharing.
Oh, I thought we were sharing.
No. We have the Glencairn budget. We're going to use it.
We have the Glencairns in our budget.
Yeah. We have the technology.
So I noticed with the 8-year, I was like, why does this font, like you can't see it, but the font on the word bourbon, which looks very similar to Papyrus, which is my most hated font. If you asked me to choose between all the fonts, it would be my most hated font. It's close to that, so I don't love that, but I like the bottle.
Yep.
It looks like blown out or something, and I just noticed they've done a rim of like an outline of...
Like a stroke.
copper foil around this, stroke around it. I'm like, I don't know if I like it. I like a nice foiled label, but I don't know if I like that part.
Also catch up on some super chats.
Okay. I'll stop talking about my design preferences.
Your font preferences?
Yeah, nobody wanted to know. No one ever asked.
So yeah, as you said, we got this Friday. That is when they came out. These 18 barrels that have been married together for this batch are distillery only, and there'll be another 18 that gets married together, and they'll be sent out to Kentucky only. So kind of hard to get this right now, unless you're in Kentucky, and I think it's gonna be like a month before they go to stores.
Clifton also shares my hatred for papyrus, so thank you.
There you go. All right, let's catch up on these super chats here. We got Joey Tony Chocolonely Bag of Donuts 78. It says, hiya.
Hiya.
Hiya. He says, hey, ya. Just got home from 2 days of sun and pool and beer.
That sounds awesome.
Wiped out, but I still have a pour of Rob Samuel's Private Select.
Ooh,
Sarah's Sneaky Pour. Yeah, if you saw Friday's episode, that comes up in there. Actually, surprisingly, a lot of people siding with me on that. Really,
whatever.
Not everybody. There's still a lot of Sarah support, like, it's legal. But a lot of people being like, and I could tell, even though it's just words on a screen, I could tell that there's a tone of, I gotta agree with Chad. I can just tell from the...
I just think it's funny, if you get Russell's single barrel, then how come I can't get private?
It is a single barrel. You're talking about picks that have 10 different staves that each one will be a dramatic difference because of the staves that are included. Okay, let's not get into it. And then we got Joe Carter.
To watch him.
Just sent you an email about the Calumet 16 hookup.
Oh,
well,
thank you. We will
Joe.
check that out probably tomorrow.
Joe, where are you going with that? Calumet 16 year in your hand.
Probably after this, I'm going to go to bed.
So for Joey, Tony, and Joe, we will give you a 4-year cowbell cheers. Bang.
Technically 5-year.
Technically 5-year.
At least, maybe 6.
Papyrus almost as bad as Comic Sans.
Yeah, Comic Sans is unpleasant also.
Yeah, but I think I hate Papyrus more.
Comic Sans is just juvenile and flat, I think. It's just boring. I mean, I don't like it, but it doesn't offend me as much as, like, whenever I see Papyrus being used, like, in the real world, I'm like, stop.
Like, true.
Unless you are trying
like
to...
Like a restaurant.
Wait, unless you're, like...
Uses it.
Trying to make, like, a treasure map for a children's birthday party scavenger hunt, don't use Papyrus. Like...
Wait, we got
yoga studios everywhere using Papyrus.
Oh yeah, we got Matt Porter in the house.
ADHD whiskey.
Yes. Cheers to you. Bourbon Ginger brings up a good point. 260 watching, only 770 likes so far. We can do better for the chat. For little Chad. Do it for little Chad.
Do it. If you don't do it for us, do it for little Chad.
Do it for little Chad.
He has little feelings and they get hurt.
Yes.
They get hurt.
Yes, yeah, little feelings. He has big feelings for such a little body.
Such a little guy.
Scott Pigsley with the super chat here. He says, happy 6-year channelversary tomorrow.
I know. It was just this time. I can't believe it was just this time last year that we did all the 5-year stuff.
Dang, it's already been a year since then.
Time really
I didn't even know that, Scott. Thank you for pointing that out.
I guess I didn't realize, like, how far into July we already are. I knew it would be this month. I just didn't realize it was tomorrow.
Crazy.
Thanks so much, Scott. Wow.
Wow. Thank you. Give you a cheers on the 8-year and a 4-year. That's 12-year. Yep. Checks out. Okay. No, we someone asked if we've done the 8 yet. We haven't. We're going 4, 6, 8.
4, 6, then 8.
Yeah.
We're on 4. Where does the time go?
Solid.
Ooh.
Solid. For a 4, 5-year. That's solid. Ball and Bond. 100
Price
proof.
again?
$47.
Great. I think that they
got my
kill it.
My Total Wine app pulled up here. Yeah, $47.99 in Kentucky. That may vary.
Scott says the only reason he remembers is because it's also his birthday. Happy birthday!
Well, happy birthday, Scott!
So you can remind us every year, and then we'll tell you happy birthday.
Exactly. Wow. 877
We'll be 84 years old.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be 94.
877 Tiny Sarah now. I really want that Tiny Sarah.
I'm going to have to look into it.
Yeah.
We are going to Nashville in a couple of weeks.
See
if one's nearby there.
It won't be the same place, so, well...
I mean,
I think the only Doppel's in New York.
I don't know. We'll see.
I think we talked to them about that.
One more thing is that we found out that, well, we just didn't realize that Whisky Live, which is like the International Whiskey Festival, is in Nashville on the 23rd and the 24th. It's either the 22nd and the 23rd or the 23rd and the 24th of this month.
I think it's 22nd. 23rd.
The Saturday, Sunday of that weekend.
Right.
And
we're going.
We're going. Because we were like, that's like a
drivable distance.
Like, it's a very drivable distance for us.
Yeah.
And we want to see what it's all about. Because they have a lot of international stuff too. And so we've never been to one quite like that. So we're going. I think they're going to let us do, if anybody's interested in also going, shoot us an email. It's bourbonnight@gmail.com because I believe we will have at least 10% off. I think it depends on how many people end up coming, but it will be at least 10% off, if not more. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you want to join, it's short notice, but if you're near Nashville and you want to come,
you can come.
Send us the email.
Force us to drink scotch, because there'll be scotch there.
We do need to prepare for our trip next year.
That's right. There'll also be bourbon there.
There'll be lots of
things. Get that right. Oh, I guess we should put a little chat on what we're currently drinking.
Oh yeah.
Currently drinking.
Yeah.
4-year.
If I can't make a little Sarah, then I guess we'll just do. Someone mentioned a bobblehead. I guess we'll just have to do some sort of other little
like
Sarah.
A Funko Pop.
Yeah.
I'd love to have a Funko Pop of us. That'd be very cool. I got a super chat from Ken J saying, "Cheers, guys. Always love the Sunday live. Sipping on some Stag Junior. Okay, you're stepping it up there.
Yeah, we're not quite in that proof range tonight.
Thank you, Ken. We appreciate that.
After the poorly digested Jello shots of last night,
sure.
I don't know that I can. The worst part is they were vodka. I didn't even think about that when I did that.
What are you expecting? A bourbon Jello shot?
Well, I didn't think about it. I just said, "Ooh, okay." And this morning I was like, "Why does my stomach hurt so bad?" It's because I mixed. Over 30, can't mix spirits. Can't do it. If I have a glass of red wine followed by a pour of whiskey now, it's over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll be in the fetal position the entire day next.
I love all these birthday wishes everyone's giving to Scott. That's great.
Thanks for modding the day before your birthday. On your birthday eve, Scott
is a integral part of our live stream experience. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a beloved patron.
We do appreciate him. Well, you want to move on? I mean, look, let's talk about the 4. It's great. Or the bottled and bond. These are also bottled and bond, but they kind of call this one the bottled and bond. Mm-hmm. They call this one the 6 and this one the 8. The bottled and bond.
Keep talking.
It's great.
Free Cliffy. He said he's been visiting wineries all morning and then going live with Whiskey Mountains in 30 minutes. I can do it. Thank you for the encouraging words. I appreciate that. Thank but also, I want to see Cliffy.
It's true.
One spirit, Sarah.
Yeah.
And it's bourbon.
Great for $48, 100 proof. It's really solid.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super impressed with, if this is them starting, right? Like, this is what their first foot they're putting forward. This is why they became one of our most recommended, like, newer, craft distilleries. Because they're just doing it right.
Absolutely. What?
I was like, I don't think they got your butt right. They really flattened you out.
Maybe it's a structural issue.
It was a structural issue.
Like, we're going to have to shave 25% of this off.
We tried to make it accurate to picture, but he just tips over.
Yeah.
John White says, "I'm in Nashville. Let's do it."
Okay.
Shoot us an email. We will let you know.
Yeah. Get you that discount code. Moving on to the 6 year. Now, this is the first time that it had, like, an official age statement. So, it's got age 6 years right here on the neck. That's how you know. This one, and we didn't talk about the percentage, but this will be the same. They just swap out. So, 64% corn. Again, this is the wheater. 24% wheat and 12% malted barley. Copper pot distilled using sweet mash. Age 6 years. So, this one would be 24% rye. 24% rye on this one as well. We love this, as you can
We
see.
love it.
I think this is our
Yeah,
second
look.
bottle of wheat.
We really like it. It's low.
The 6, yeah.
All right, I started something. I'm sorry.
What'd you start? Oh.
I meant it as a compliment.
I don't mind it.
Okay. I mean, I'm married to him. Obviously, we know my feelings. So. Now when people meet you, they're going to be like, do it, give us a spin.
I mean, I think I get up and grab things enough that, you know.
Sorry about that.
Not at all. Ooh. Yeah, more maturity on the nose, you know? You're getting more of the oak on it.
I'm over here battling some heartburn. So I'm like, okay.
Definitely a difference with the wheat in there. And this one is a little bit sweeter.
A little sweeter, a little softer.
Yeah. It's America's ass. Yeah, it's me or Captain America. I think you gotta go with me.
I almost said something, but I don't want it to turn into something else, so I'm just gonna button it on up. I'll tell you later.
All right, then.
Yeah, man. And even still, for the proof, like, the finish on this one is long.
Yeah.
Or is it my heartburn?
No, it's...
Is it heartburn or is it a long finish?
Maybe it's Maybelline. There's nothing on the top shelf that you need to see, Scott.
Not tonight. Man, I mean,
Yeah.
this, okay, as of before Friday, this was my number one, like, if you can get a product from Wilderness Trail, this would have been the one that I would have suggested.
Yeah, again, I wish we had the rye bourbon 6 to compare it to, because between the wheat 6 and the rye 6, I want to say the wheat was more our favorite, but I can't remember.
I can't remember either. Oh, Michelle Martin asks a great question. Will you throw that up on the screen?
Once it come, oh, there it is.
Michelle asked how old are our Wilderness Trail picks. And so last year, we did, in the spring of last year, we did Wilderness Trail picks. We did 2 of them, a Chad variant and a Sarah variant, and they came out last fall. And there was a high yield of bottles, right? Because it's younger stuff. I think they were 5 years and some change. So there was a higher yield, plus we got 2 barrels. So there's still some out there. Our, you know, Patreon has had access to them for since they came out last fall. But there's still a few out there. So dropping the link right there for you. It should have the exact ages listed there. I think they're 5 and some change, like 5 and a couple months or something like that.
Yeah, if I remember right.
And we also still have a bullet pick out.
Mr. High Rye.
Yep. So you can go over there. He's going to see how old it is. I don't know.
Well, the fill date was April 28th of 2017.
And it got dumped sometime. So maybe it's only 4.
Well, we picked it in May of 2021.
Right, that's 4 years. But I don't know if it didn't get dumped until later. So maybe it's just close to 5 years.
No, I remember
like
seeing
5
years on the label.
Yeah.
So I think it's right at 5.
Sorry, I don't want to have this discussion.
Yeah.
But since we're talking about Wilderness Trail tonight, it seems fitting to throw those out there if you're interested in its Bourbonnight picks and you like Wilderness Trail or you want to try Wilderness Trail. And they are, I will say, I feel like we picked not very different profiles. They both still taste like Wilderness Trail, but mine was more like tea, like herbal tea, honey, sweet and savory, and
Mine
yours
more
was
that
more
chocolate note.
Yeah, chocolatey, desserty.
So Randy is enjoying some Chad variant of the IBN Wilderness Trail barrel pick, planning on ordering the Sarah also. But this is incredible pour.
Thanks.
Let's bring them into the blind with the 4, 6, 8.
Oh.
Wow.
With 20 minutes left.
Probably not tonight, but we'll go ahead and say this. Next week live, since we had such fun doing just other people's barrel picks besides ours, next week live we're going to be doing all our barrel picks. So if you have any barrel picks come, we're probably going to be drinking them next week's live.
Yeah, next week's live. We'll do it.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
We
have a lot to choose from, though. We're going to have to really narrow it down.
I know.
Well, maybe, so we'll do those then. I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't do the bullet then as well if it's still up on the site, because, like, I think it's more valuable to you guys if we're talking about something that you can actually get.
Yeah.
But we also have more picks coming out this year, so.
Oh, Michelle loves them both, and she's going to go buy backups.
Y'all are the best.
All right. And they are on sale right now, Joe. Thank you. Didn't even point that out. They are.
Yes, available for purchase. What's our email address? itsbourbonnight@gmail.com. Very simple.
Yes.
We keep it easy. Now, we do ask for 24 hours at least to reply. We do get a lot of emails, which is good.
Yeah, we do.
We get a lot of emails. It's good.
Yeah,
Even between the
that's
two
good.
of us.
I
It's a
wish
little tough to keep
all
up.
communications, besides Patreon, came to
One
email.
point.
Yeah, instead of
There's a lot of places to check.
Instagram and then personal Instagram or personal Facebook and then
They don't want to hear our
business
admin
Facebook.
woes.
And I've even had some LinkedIn.
Oh gosh, I
messages.
really never get on Facebook at all anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, John wants to know. Well, first, Don E said that the New Riff picks are his favorites. Thank you. We need to do. We were just talking about those.
Yeah, those are great.
Tony, thanks for correcting us on the age. Appreciate that. I must have that confused with a Nulu that we did last year.
What did he correct?
He said 4 years and 3 months on your wilderness trail.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But
I could have swore there was a 5.
John said, can we give some insight into what picks we may have in the works? Sure.
Sure.
And we'll go through these again next weekend, too, because we'll be doing our picks. But things that are going to come soon that we've already picked, a Yellowstone single barrel at 115 proof, 1792 full proof.
125.
We did another Ezra Brooks and a Rebel that should come out in September. We have a Penelope Toasted Oak coming out soon.
The B-side.
The B-side. Let's see.
4 Roses.
4 Roses. Russell's. 2 barrels of Russell's.
2 Russell single barrels. Yep. And we're picking a Maker's next week.
Nope. We're picking a Peerless.
Picking a Peerless next
and
week.
I don't remember if we're picking just 1 barrel or if we're picking 2. So stay tuned.
We did a rye. Pearl Dram was a rye.
Last year.
This will be a bourbon at least. Yeah. And
in August, we're picking a Maker's.
We're picking
Private
a Maker's in August. So again, Patreon gets access to those barrels.
And then there's
a lot
ones.
of barrels don't make it outside of Patreon.
The 4 Roses won't make it.
Right.
The Russells. There's 2 barrels, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You can never predict.
Right.
Like, I doubt that the Makers will.
1792 won't.
The 1792 won't, because there's only gonna be like 100 bottles of that because it's so high proof.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like, see with these wilderness trails and the Bullet, if the yield is high enough, and
Okay,
they do
so
make it.
as Scott pointed out, in 19 minutes, head over to Whiskey Mountains for her charity fundraiser, stream 60 plus prizes. That also means we have 19 minutes to talk about the star of tonight, the one that we've never reviewed, the 8-year. So now tasting the 8-year.
Wait, I just tasted it, and I think I like the 6 better.
Then the 8?
Yes.
You
I know.
you read ahead?
I read ahead. Teacher, can I read?
What? Oh, jeez. Now,
teacher, I'm done.
also, wheated bourbon, rye bourbon. So these aren't apples to apples. There is that difference. But let's just review. Let's not talk about comparisons right now.
Okay.
Let's just review.
I got excited.
This is our review.
All right.
Of the 8-year.
JG says he's drinking Mr. High Rye right now.
Nice. Well, I do like the nose. I think it's a nice fruitiness with the barrel kind of showing itself too. The oak there, Ooh. Yeah, it has opened up. I remember when we first poured this, I got a lot more barrel.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, that's a lot of barrel.
No.
It's definitely opened up for more of the fruity notes coming through.
I can see more of the through line, like the grains and that fruit note and that sweetness that you get on the 4/5/6 here. on the shelf bottled and bond. You can tell where you can see how that's matured into the 8-year. Like it feels connected still. It hasn't changed that much, but it's you get those more mature oak notes.
Yeah, it's just like the fruity notes have become richer.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a little more syrupy.
Yes. All right. It's definitely got a better mouthfeel than the 4.
It does.
It kicks up that mouthfeel.
Yeah. It's got a little spice note to it that I like.
Yeah. Pretty rich.
Yeah. I like the balance of the oak that's in there.
Ah.
It's a little dry on the finish. Like I feel I want to go for my water because I feel like my tongue gets a little
Really.
sandpapery. What I imagine a cat's tongue must feel like.
Never felt a cat's tongue?
Well, I felt one, but not in. Never mind.
You haven't
I've never
had
Yes.
a cat's tongue.
Except in this one really weird dream.
Oh, whoa. Well, I was going to say, I finally am getting that Kentucky hug off of one sip that I've been missing all night. It went in and started to spread out.
Yeah.
I do like that about it. But, I feel like I have more of a dryness on whiskey o-meter more than you, just like you have more of a licorice o-meter than me.
I think you and I interpret dryness differently.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, just like how do you say mouthfeel on a scale, right? Because it's a feeling and it's a texture, but it's different whiskey to whiskey. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But the way it leaves my tongue feels dry.
Okay, second sip, I get more of what you're saying. Because the second sip, I got more of a rush of spice that kind of, sort of, yeah, that.
Flowers blooming. It's nice. I like it. It lingers. It hangs out. I even like taking sips of water in between. Like it definitely has a presence.
Is that the cranberries? Do you have to let it linger? Is that cranberries?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, I like it a lot. I think it's a lot of rich fruit and oak.
But not sweet. Just
Yeah, not sweet, but
just
just
a fruit
yeah.
note.
It's a bit of a thinker.
It is. It's one that we tried it for the first time on Friday afternoon after we first got it, and I was like, I don't know. Like there's a lot that I respect about it, but like I need to sit with this one for a few minutes.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm trying to make myself like it. I do, but it's like I know that I like it, but I can't describe exactly what it is about it.
I love to put it in a blind flight.
Yeah, I think that would be a really good test.
Yeah.
But what I'm just like happy with is to see them grow and push for, that age statement to keep going. I think they've even said that they want to do a 10.
Yep.
Respect that. Like as a smaller distillery, I mean, they're growing though,
Yeah.
right? They're growing so fast.
They're big enough that they're
doing all that contract
source for some other people.
for other people.
Yeah.
But like, they're not very old, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And to see them start off with this being the foot that they put forward
Which
was
is
impressive
a
already.
great foot, yeah.
Then, and they have their mash bills and just to see where they take it, it's really respectable.
Well, let's do this, Sarah. Let's take the 6 out of the equation since it is the wheater, just for the moment.
Okay.
And because I want to answer the question, is the 8-year twice as good as the 4-year? Or bottom bond?
Well, we have about 10 minutes to answer that question.
Yeah.
No overtime today.
So,
we will respect.
I'm going to get the 4 back on the palate. You definitely see that it's thinner now.
Yeah.
Where normally, that's what we call the flight fight effect, right? You've heard us, if you watched our shows, you've heard us rattle on about this before.
But if you had just given me this as the first pour for the rest of the night, I would have no complaints.
No complaints.
But in comparison,
when you start A/B testing things back to back, you can find flaws that you wouldn't have found if you're only drinking that one thing.
But to be fair, the 8-year, double the age,
right?
Roughly. Almost double the price, roughly.
Double the pleasure, double the fun.
I would expect for it to be double bubble. Yeah. I would expect
double mint gum. Double your pleasure, double your fun, double your something with double mint gum.
I remember it now.
The twins. Yeah.
I remember it now. Yes, wrong gum. My apologies. Yeah, I would be disappointed if I was like, actually, they're really close.
Right.
I mean, which would make this an insane value, especially because this is Kentucky only right now.
Yes.
I think their intention is to make it more broadly available.
Yeah.
That would make this like a killer value. However, it is still a killer value, but it's nice to see that they're giving things value accordingly. You know what I mean?
because you go second sip and you're acclimated to that 4-year or bottle and bond. When it's like, yeah, I can still see how it's a little thinner, but it's still really, really great. Now I'm gonna go back to the 8-year here. Break me up a piece of that.
No, I was
fancy
laughing
mix.
about the Sean Dobbins comment before that one. He wants little Chad dimensions.
Oh. Well, apparently there's like, I don't know how many cameras file of me out there in 3D space that Doppel.
Maybe he just wasn't stable. Like maybe he was gonna fall.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
But I mean, I guess if it is to proportion, if I was standing up straight and not like leaning and holding myself up,
you're made of like muscle and bone and sinew and tissue.
Lots and lots of muscle. If you make that, then in theory, if proportions are accurate, then I should be able to stand up. But I could have been. Maybe I do have to put forth strength to keep myself from falling over, from falling backwards.
Okay, I started something and now I don't like it.
You did.
I don't like where it went.
Well,
here, we'll give you the profile.
Oh, actually, in the screen, it looks pretty shelf-wise.
Okay.
Huh.
Now that I'm looking at it from all the angles, they definitely like put a line like where your shirt rests. It gathers there before it spills over. Jesus. It hasn't even been an hour.
Never before has my booty been so dissected.
I'm just glad it's not mine being talked about.
All right, anyway, the 8-year second sip. I didn't clench during the scan, I swear.
Whatever.
I didn't.
I know.
Question. Is the 8-year twice as good as the 4-year?
Yes.
You think so? Like when it's a 100% jump?
2.0 times better? No, it might be like 1.7 times better.
That's sort of what I was thinking. I was going to say it's like 75% better. 75 to 80% better. Because, I mean, age isn't everything. So...
I think it's...
It is...
I think it's 80% better.
Markedly...
Well, we're starting off in a really good place.
Yeah.
We're already starting off in a really good place, and we're just taking it up.
Say this. I love the hug on the 8-year. I do not get this hug, and they're the same proof, you would think.
Right.
But no, it's... it's more of, more or less of the tannins. I'm not sure exactly which way that would have gone. But more in and out of the barrel, right? More richer flavors there. Both 100 proof. But I'm getting more of the Kentucky hug on the 8-year, for sure. No question.
I'm team... I mean, for value, this is great. But I'm
team
8-year, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if and when it does come to your area...
If you're in Kentucky.
Well, one day we'll probably have enough stock.
Hopefully.
Oof.
They've got...
I don't know how much more. I don't think I can take
I mean, we went out there Friday and they had more warehouses than when we were there last time, and hadn't been that long since we'd been there.
That's like when we go to Bardstown Bourbon Company. I feel like every time we pull in the drive, we're like, that one wasn't there last time we were here.
Yeah.
And we go out there like every couple of months. So.
Yeah. All right, now let's do the 6 and the 8.
Yes.
Now,
because this for me is...
We can also call this...
We also have to do this quickly.
Yes.
5 minutes at least.
Wheated versus rye bourbons. Mm-hmm. So this is also wheated versus rye bourbon, but there is a 2-year difference in the bottles.
Okay, wait.
Which are you going to go, 6 and 8? I think we did that originally, so let's go 8 and 6. So I'm going to get 8 back on the palate.
Now that I come back, does 8 have it on the nose? I don't know.
There's such a difference in the noses.
They're so different.
So different.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. They're different mash bills, so.
Yeah. Sort of like the... How to describe it? The crispiness of the 6-year? It's just like... I don't know.
Yeah. Scott said I would normally delete half of these comments, but I'm here for it. Sorry, Jeff.
I mean, it was the topic.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
not
sorry we made your mod job more difficult. He has to actually weigh it. Is this offensive or is it just playing it? They're talking about it, so it's allowed.
To the topic?
It's germane to the
germane.
topic.
It's germane. I'm going to allow it. It's germane.
Normally we won't allow that, but that's too funny.
let's remind people of the price. Now, they say on their website 86 on
the
Wilderness
8-year
Trails website. They say 86 plus tax. It was 92 for us at the distillery.
We paid 92 and cents.
This guy, I think, is 66, as far as my Total Wine app tells me, for Kentucky.
It tastes like a caramel candy, the 6-year, but with a little bit, now that I'm trying them back to back, the not graininess, but the characteristics of the grain come forward a bit more on the 6 as compared to the 8.
Oh, I see that. Again, something we wouldn't have picked out just having a glass of the 6 or even going from the 4 to the 6. But 8 to the 6, I see what you mean. Mm-hmm. Now, you do get, the sweetness of the corn gets to shine through with the absence of rye.
I think that's giving it that, like, caramel candy, like candied note.
Yeah, it's definitely, obviously more sweetness in the wheater in the 6-year.
This is tough.
Got to get our hands on a rye 6.
I don't know. I'm kind of tied still. And we're out of time.
Oh, man. I just now got like a cherry cola on the 8-year.
Yeah.
That's weird. Hadn't gotten that before.
I mean, okay. As much as I love the 6, spending $20 less, I think I'm still going to have to go here. It's very close. So I think I'll just save the $20.
Now, how much of that is the 2 years and how much of that is the wheated
I don't know.
mash bill?
I think a lot of it has to do with the wheated mash bill.
Right.
I think they're doing a really excellent job with their wheated mash bill.
Right.
Not that I don't love these two. I do. It's close between these, the 6 and the 8.
How about the 4-year? We said the 8's got the 4-year by about 80%.
But again, it is
you would hope.
It's like an 80% increased price.
But at least you're getting what you pay for.
Right, and this is 5 years or 6, at least.
I doubt it's 6 since this is 6.
I would say this is probably between 4 and 5 years.
Yeah.
But, so, almost double the age, almost double the price.
Yeah.
This one is already a great place to start. Like, if you haven't had any Wilderness Trail, definitely try this Bottled and Bond bourbon, because I think you'll be very intrigued to step up whenever you can. The 4-year is $46, but it's a Bottled and Bond. It's between 4 and 5 years. It's from a smaller or a newer distillery, so I'm happy to pay $46 for a quality Bottled and Bond, especially from a distillery that I support what they're doing and I like their vision, and they have so much talent there.
I'll say this real quick because I know we just got a couple minutes left,
yeah.
But here's my conclusion. Drinking these separately, and if I were to, score it out of 100 separately on separate nights when I didn't have the previous one on my palate.
But it's separate, right?
I might score the 6-year higher. I don't know because I haven't done it. But when I'm A/B testing the 8 and the 6, I'm going to give it to the 8.
Okay, I just went back and sipped the 8 again, and I was like, wait, hold up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the 8. It's the 8. The 8 wins it.
But they're so close.
But I feel like if I were
money,
individually ranking, grading, scoring, whatever, I don't know. It would, because you're in different worlds and there's things to appreciate. But the flight fight effect here, it's the 8. I give the win to the 8.
Lots of good questions in the comments. Someone saying compare the 6-year wheat to the wheated baseline. Someone saying compare the baseline to our picks, which we could do next weekend, or when we do our next episode on live. All great comments. Glad to see that you guys are interested in these. But we will go ahead and be respectful and wrap it up so that you guys can go over to Whiskey Mountains and check out the Alzheimer fundraiser.
Yes. There is the pinned comment has the link.
Yep, and Scott's been dropping the links.
You can actually go to whiskeymountains.com and donate without even having to watch the live stream.
Right.
If you have to
get up early for work tomorrow.
Yeah, if you got something else to do.
Gotta go put the kids
or
to
whatever.
bed.
But if you can, we highly suggest that you go ahead and jump over there. According to Scott, I think
need to go jump on.
He said we were good. We're trying to donate a $100 gift card to whiskeyambitions.com as one of the already over 60 plus prizes.
That's a lot of prizes, y'all.
And an Alzheimer's is a
Alzheimer's.
Also, I can never.
I know
say
you can
it.
never say it. It's like Mississippi or no, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Yeah, I said it.
He can say it after I say it.
Is a it's a cause or a
Yeah, a cause.
A cause, yeah. That's
very dear to both of us.
Near and dear to our hearts. So we do really support it very much. So we
thank her for doing all the hard work that goes into
highly
making
recommend that you go hop over right now.
We're gonna go
to Whiskey Mountain's YouTube channel. Yep, 9 o'clock. We gots to go.
All right.
We gots to go. Where's my button?
Button. Who's got the button?
Who's got the button? But we will see you.
We'll see you next Sunday.
Next Sunday
and Friday for a produced episode.
Thanks so much for watching. Now listen to some bossa nova. We'll see you next Sunday. Go hop over to Whiskey Mountains. Bye-bye.
Bye.